Now he's on your radio.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
No, I totally expected it. I think he's so handsome. I think...
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Rock that, homie.
The Tony Cam Radio Show starts now.
So welcome to the show, everybody. I'm sitting in the studio here with the Hot Squad, as usual. Justin Bailey over there. My man B. Rich.
What up, what up?
And returning back from her week-long dalliance.
Yes.
You know what a dalliance is. In the ATL, hanging out with Jermaine Dupri. Looking down at him the whole time with them spandex weave and them high heel shoes. Jamil Moreland, Twisted Sister.
I'm back. What's going on, guys?
We missed you. I mean, I'm glad that my wife Jackie sat in last week. We had a great time with her and everything, but you were missing.
Oh,
you know, I missed
so
you.
wonderful.
I have nobody to really pick on. I can pick because I had to go home with her. So I had to watch what I said. You know, it's like, I mean, you know, you said it. You got to deal with that when you get to the house. You know what I'm saying? So how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Did you have a good time?
I did. I had a great time.
Did you miss us?
I did, actually.
You didn't call? I mean,
didn't call
sometimes when you go away for like a week or whatever, you at least call your coworkers.
I didn't call.
And we ain't even coworkers. We family. They didn't even say, hey, here's a pic of me and so on and so on.
I didn't. I know. But I knew everything was going well because Tony sent me the links almost every night so I could listen to them. So I knew y'all were good.
Yeah, but still, though, it seemed like
Jackie had y'all in check.
Jackie had us. But still want to say, like, if I go away, I'm going to check in. At least just say hi. You know, I'm check in with y'all or whatever, because we were just still as a mystery to us where you were and what you were doing. We don't really know. I'm still looking for footage.
The jury's still out on that.
No I'm looking for footage of the waist long weave. You know, leopard skins, spandex. What they call them?
There's no footage of all of that.
There's none of that?
No,
Oh, okay.
Skittles weave. Like
the Skittles weave? All the different colors?
my eyelids.
Yeah, speaking of that, yeah. See, that's one thing we really miss, because I tried to get B. Rich to put on snap-on lids while he was going. He
wasn't having it?
He wasn't having it.
Oh, poor sport. Poor sport.
He was not having any of that. So, B. Rich.
What up?
I heard something, man. I was on Facebook, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I saw something that you wrote, and it touched me for a moment.
What was up, man?
You looking for a wife.
And, you know, I'm getting to the age, man, where it's time to cash in the card, for lack of a better word, dude. Yeah, man, my mom been on my back. You know, it's been nice.
Wait a minute. I saw a post about if someone would take you to the movies.
Yeah, to see 42. I want to go see 42.
So
you know what we can do?
Wait a minute. You want somebody to take you to the movie?
I mean, I treat women all the time. I mean,
wait a minute. So
take me?
You're looking for a wife, but in another post you say, I'm looking for somebody to take me.
It's a test.
What do you think your chances are of getting wiped from that?
It's a test, man. It's a test.
Really?
Yeah. That's it.
But I saw that. So now I guess we got to have a
contest.
We got to have a segment or something calling Finding Mrs. Richie.
Win a date would be rich.
Win a date with no, but you don't want to date. You want to marry.
Yeah.
You say you want
not gonna like me.
No. Forget all the dating. So you've been dating for 36 years, bro. Obviously, it ain't working. Yeah. All you got to show for it is a whole bunch of children.
I sound like Bill Cosby just now.
So, boy, I'm telling you what is wrong with you? You've been dating the girl for 36 years, and the only thing you got to show is some children. When you gonna marry somebody? Now. So that's what you got to do, is just go ahead and get married. Don't worry about the dating.
Yeah.
We're finding Mrs. Richie.
All right, do that.
That's what we call in the segment.
So open casting call.
Open casting. I thought you almost said open casket. I'm like, marriage ain't that bad. Marriage ain't that bad. Be Rich. Be Rich want to get married because he thinking about his legacy.
Yeah,
right.
He not getting married for love.
He got a legacy. he got a legacy.
That ain't gonna be a problem.
He not getting,
right.
Now, are you looking to get married for love or for legacy? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Both, man.
We're going to need to put you on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
The Bachelor father.
That's like my mom would be like, you find one foolish enough to marry you, you better take advantage of it.
She's out there somewhere. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
That's right.
We have to do it.
I need to meet your mama. I agree with her.
Wow.
We're gonna have to make sure we do drug screens and background checks.
Exactly right. Exactly right. I don't know how picky he is at this point, though.
Say what?
I don't know how picky you are. At this
standards.
Point. Standards. Okay.
Brother. Yes,
all right.
sir.
So B Rich is looking for a wife. So you listeners out there, hit us up on the Hot 103.9 Facebook page. Send a picture though, because Jamil don't believe it.
No,
Jamil doesn't believe.
Send a picture.
No, Jamil doesn't believe in that whole picture thing.
I'll do the screening. And y'all don't need to send a picture because it's not all about that, right?
It's got to be rich.
Got something to do.
I'm
with
asking
it.
you. It got something to do with it.
You can take her to the makeup counter.
Yeah.
You can take her to the makeup counter. So y'all don't need to send a picture.
So,
I'll do the screening.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take B Rich's picture and I'm going to put it up as an ad on Hot 103.9 page, Finding Mrs. Richie, so that the ladies know what they're going for.
Yeah.
But they got to submit their pictures in a little brief bio, and we're going to try to
No,
fill
that
up.
y'all do blind date.
And we will chronicle the courtship on the show.
Okay, so let me ask you.
What's up?
Like, should they have kids or no kids?
It don't
Do you
matter.
have enough kids?
I got enough.
Because
Man,
you
it
love
don't
kids,
matter.
right?
Yeah, I love kids.
Okay.
Man.
But see, all his kids now are like, well, the youngest one is
He
like
has a young-
7.
No, the
you
youngest
got a
is 3. I got
got
a
a
3-year
young
going on
kid.
4.
Oh, okay. All right.
I
Yeah.
got-
So it might
Do you
be
want
like.
more kids?
I can't answer that question.
I mean,
take
but we
that
need to know this.
So in other words, be like-
because we're looking for the wife.
Yeah.
So if it's somebody who wants kids or wants more kids,
Hey, well, that's just, we have to discuss that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
So in
That's
other
second
words,
date
it's not out of the question for here's a story of a man named Richie who had too many baby mamas of his own. He wanted to wed that single mother, so he won't be all alone. The Richie bunch.
Yeah, we'll get my Ray J on, man.
That's gonna be cool, man. All right.
we'll get
So
my
we got a
rating
great show for y'all today. We're glad that Jamil is back with us. It seems like all is right in the universe.
yes.
Woosah.
Ah.
Not. And so we got a great show today. We're gonna have the Pimp Minute by my man Chuck Rose. Anthony Andrews gonna be here to get all up in your business. We got some of the best music in the country. Send and go on the Hot 103.9 page and request songs that you want us to play. And I guarantee you we'll play it on our show. And we got the DJ Ed's gonna be here with his super mix. And a Lynchburg legend, Mr. Robert Flood, is gonna stop by the show. So let's get it popping. The Tony Cam Show is on your radio. So in the studio with us right now, you know, B Rich, Lynchburg has a team called the Lynchburg Legends.
Legends, yes,
It's a
sir.
basketball team, right?
Uh-huh.
Professional basketball team. Well, before the Lynchburg Legends basketball team, there was a Lynchburg legend
Yeah.
who's sitting in the studio with us right now, Robert Flood. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Otherwise known as my big brother. It's so funny. I'll be at the hotel and people will come out and say, you know, your big brother stopped by and said this. I'm like, my big brother. I used to have to think about it. Now I don't have to think about it anymore. But
Nah.
when I was coming up, and it's probably Flood, you probably were like the biggest name, the biggest legend in Lynchburg, like back in that 70s, late 70s into the early 80s kind of period. Anybody in this town knew who Flood was. And then you went away and got like a master's degree and all this kind of stuff. Now you back in the community, you're helping youngsters who are on that wrong path get righted and everything. And I said to myself, I gotta have a legend on my show. So how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah,
Legend part, okay. It's good to know, that I'm thought of, from some people like that. But I'm just another person that's trying to help these young people in the kind of way I can.
Yeah, because like you had like, and every time I talk to you outside of here, I learn more and more stuff about you as a youngster and everything, stuff that I never knew, because when you know of legends, you just know of what the legend is, you don't know like how they got that way or, what things that they were doing, like they had different lives before that or whatever. Because B Rich, you remember, I mean, you grew up, you're younger than me,
I remember Flood,
but Flood was still a legend, but you had to have been in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like when 5th Street was jumping on Friday and Saturday nights, people as far as you could see, all the clubs on 5th Street that were jumping. You know, there were black-owned clubs there, and everything just like stopped and shut down when Flood arrived on the scene. It was just like,
let me say a little bit about that. I was much younger,
right,
hanging up on 5th Street,
right,
because I was always big for my age, and I was always around people 5 or 10 years older than me,
right,
because I couldn't learn nothing from people my age or younger,
right.
So when I was on 5th Street, I had no business on 5th Street, and it was just a part of the city that we had as black folks to hang out, have fun, enjoy yourselves, and you know we had just one block. Mm-hmm. It was like Polk and 5th to Jackson and 5th.
Okay, right.
And everybody knew where to go on weekends, you know. And I used to go up to Elks. You know, I don't know if y'all remember the Elks, y'all a little younger, but the Elks Sportsman Club was for, you know, basic for us as black folks because we had nowhere else to go.
Right.
Wasn't a lot of things going on in Lynchburg for us. Entertainment, so a lot of entertainment used to come to the Sportsman Club in the Elks, and we had so many local talent musicians around here.
You almost said players.
Yeah. We had a bunch of local players.
But
call them Max back then.
We had some great talent.
We did have some great bands back then.
And still have some great talent in the city that haven't been exposed.
Exactly.
And that's where they really got a lot of publicity when they played at the Elks or they played at the Sportsman Club. Mm-hmm. But I think I got my name, you know, basic from playing sports. Yep. And my mother being a single mother, you know, bless her. Mm-hmm. I love her dearly. Mm-hmm. We lived on Irving Hill in Lynchburg, other than Rivermont and Daniels Hill.
Right, right.
And that's how I got to know a lot of people growing up at different ages. Mm-hmm. And then when I got into sports, you know, God gave me a talent. Mm-hmm. You know, football, basketball. I mean, that was my life. Yeah, you know, and had my ups and downs. Went through, you know, a few changes, and a few people that you know really helped me turn around. You know, and myself. You know, and had a chance to go to school in Oklahoma. And then I went to school in Milwaukee and had some trials of pro ball, Washington, New Jersey, and got a chance to play against some guys that play pro ball. One of them coach now, Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And I lived in Maryland, came on back here, you know, and went through a few things still, you know, hadn't got my head strictly together at the time, but everything happened for a reason. Yeah, and I learned from that. And once I changed my whole entire life, that's when I realized that, you know, I need to give back what I'd received. And, you know, May the 16th, 89 is when my whole life changed. Mm-hmm. And when I left here the last time, which you just remind me of, 2004, I left because, you know, jobs was kind of very scarce around here. And went there at Lincoln University and worked till 2012 and finished school, and which I'm working on my master's now in criminal justice. But I never thought I would coming back here this soon. Which I came back May the 12th. Yeah. And everything happened for a reason. Yeah, that's right. I think that God brought me back here more than anything else because my mother's 88, like I said, and plus I like working with young people.
And you're good at it. And you're one of the best people around here that I know of that can because I know a lot of these young cats that nobody can tell them nothing, and then you walk in the room, it's like, oh, Mr. Flood said, Mr. Flood now, you know, because we went from that whole generation, B. Richard, people was like, yo, what's up, Flood? And now they're saying, hey, Mr. Flood, you know, they still say, what up? It's like, what up, Mr. Flood? So, but I have a story, man, back because a lot of people don't know this. B. Richard, you probably don't know, but Flood invented power windows in the car. Yeah. Because I've told this story before. He knows. He's been there when I've told this story. Flood invented power windows in cars. You know, because before power windows, you had to roll the window. Okay. So there was a club called the Claim Jumpers in Phase 3 down on Hollands Mill Road, And at that point in my time, I was hanging out too a little bit. It was right behind my house. What I'm gonna do? All them people outside party on there. I gotta get dressed and go. So I'm down there, and I was kind of like, I was the quiet dude. Just young. I wasn't streetwise or none of that, right?
Wait a minute. When was this? When you were quiet?
Anyway.
Oh,
and I've been quiet all the time. But so I'm hanging out down there thinking I'm big, and doing, big dog and all this stuff. And these dudes called me over to the car, right? They were like, "Come here, Cam, what's up, man?" And the dude shake my hand. And they rolled the window up on my arm, right? Yeah. The dudes, they just having fun, they messing with me, they rolled the window up on my arm, right? So I can't get my arm out, and it's stuck, and I don't know what they're going to do to my hand. So all of a sudden, it was like a movie, like slow motion. From the other side, because this was the passenger side. Yeah. Dude had me. From the other side, I see this fist come from the driver's side window and hit the dude in the chest. And the window just went down like, I'm like, he could not roll the window down fast enough. And I looked across, and it was like, it was like one of them movies where you think you about to just get killed. Yeah. And then somebody saves you, and you look up, and it's that figure that's standing there. And he saved my arm that night. I owe-flood my arm, man. My right arm, I owe to you. But since that time, man, I guess I've been like his little brother, man, because he's like, he took care of me that time. So we've been tight ever since, man. We used to do stuff together. We should throw parties. Like the best parties in Lynchburg, I think, has seen in this decade, like, the late 90s and into the 2000s, Flood and I were throwing those parties at Holiday Inn. And
you could just see the cool come in when Flood come in, too. You see that?
Yeah.
Like Billy D. Williams.
Y'all are too much.
He keeps sweating very white.
He got the Teddy Pendergrass beard and everything.
Y'all making my day.
He was out in the green room drinking a Coke 45.
Y'all making
What's going on?
Y'all making my day.
He got the Teddy Pendergrass beard on. He just look at you and say, "Take him off." Close the door. Close the door. Turn out the lights. You got what I need. But anyway, man, I just had to have you on the show, man, just to say, thanks for being such a legend, man. And you are really a role model for a lot of people. You might not even realize it, but
I appreciate it.
A lot of people know you, and the fact that, like you say, you made some wrong turns here and there, but everybody does. But where you are right now, I always say is not, is never where you started, is where you're at.
That's right.
Where you're going.
Exactly.
And you, I know you've been talking about writing a book one day, and I think that's an excellent idea.
Yeah, I'm in the process of doing it every day. I, write down something.
Yeah.
I was told by a friend of mine that she wrote a book, and she said once I finish it, told me how to do it, and she'll let me talk to her publisher. So I'm gradually every day I write down.
Do it. It's valuable stuff, man, because the legend must live on.
And I think, Tony, actions speak louder than words. I can sit up here and talk about whatever, but, if a person see what you're doing and realize what you are about,
right?
That's all.
That's it.
I mean, because there's so many that, have a mouthpiece but don't have actions.
That's it. That's right.
But
let's talk more action. That's it. That's right. Yeah. Well, you're definitely a dude of action, man. Appreciate you stopping by the show.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Hope it won't be the last time.
No.
And I'll see you at the hotel when my big brother come by.
And you know that.
Hello.
And you know that.
All right, everybody. Robert Flood, the legend.
Thank you.
If you want to be a guest on the Tony Cam Show, send an email to radio@camentertainment.com.